Hello everybody and welcome back to OMB Reviews. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well, and today we'll be doing a box office preview for films such as Minions: The Rise of Gru, and whether or not Minions will be able to surpass the box office of Lightyear. According to these early estimates, it looks like Disney's Lightyear will be able to edge out the DreamWorks production of Minions: The Rise of Gru, but is there an opportunity and a chance for the Minions film to actually dominate the summer for the children's demographic, for the family demographic? I honestly think that there is, but we'll have to dive into those numbers. We also, of course, will talk about Jurassic World Dominion and how in the pinpoint forecast, this is something that is new from Box Office Pro. This is what they expect the final domestic result to be for Jurassic World Dominion. $503 million indicates that they're trying to say this film will make $1 billion, because you don't make $500+ million domestically on a film like this without making at least that much, if not more, in the international market. So we'll have to, of course, follow those numbers as they come in. Before we go any further, though, please make sure you smash that like button, line up that fire button if you're watching over on Odyssey, and also make sure that you are subscribed to the channel with that bell notification turned. That way you know every time a video or live stream goes live on the channel. So Jurassic World Dominion right now is projected to make around $180 million in its opening weekend. It comes out tomorrow evening. I'm going to try and see if I can actually go to see the film in theaters. I am one that I love the original Jurassic Park film. I actually really enjoy The Lost World as well. It is definitely one of the more, I think, divisive of the films, mostly because there are people that really like the film and there are people that really hate the film. And so that's why I say it's divisive, whereas most people will agree that Jurassic World 3, for instance, or at Jurassic Park 3 isn't nearly that great of a film. There's a little bit more uniformity and opinion there. The Lost World is really quite divisive when you think about it, right? Again, just having those extreme, different opinions and extreme views on one side or the other. When it comes to the Jurassic World films, though, I do think that generally people think, hey, yeah, the first Jurassic World film was fine. It wasn't anything groundbreaking. It's definitely not anywhere near close to being as good as the original. But you know what? It's okay. Chris Pratt is fun. Some of the moments are really fun, right? Especially the moment where the T-Rex is right next to the banner that's falling, saying, dinosaurs rule the earth, etc. Like, that was a fun moment there. But then the second film came out, and it really just fell off a cliff. They tried going even further down this genetic modification route, and it just became very cringeworthy. There was this also subplot with a cloned daughter as well, and so again, it kind of went off the rails a bit. It looks like Jurassic World Dominion might finally be getting the story of this universe, of this seemingly, trilogy, because I believe this is exactly where they are going to end it, because some of the promotional materials, at the very least, for this film are to say, you knew where it began, now see where the story ends. And so, you know what, I'm totally fine with them just ending it here, because Lord knows we don't really want a never-ending supply of Jurassic Park, Jurassic World films. It's just, again, we don't like when, and audiences in general don't like when there's just clear cash grab, movies being made nonstop, similar to how we're seeing with Disney, for instance, trying to basically milk every single thing they can from the Toy Story franchise. We don't want to see the same thing happen with Jurassic Park any more than it already has been at this point. But based on the trailers, Jurassic World Dominion, at the very least, seems to be going back to its roots. They're bringing back a lot of the original characters from the Jurassic Park films, which is really nice to see. You're also having, again, what seems to be a conclusion to the story. So, yeah, it looks like Colin Trevorrow is kind of getting things back on track, as he is actually directing this film, whereas the last film he did not direct, but he was one of the producers behind it. He even apologized to fans who were just not very fond of that movie. So it looks like it is just trending in a very strong direction. $180 million opening weekend is a very strong, if it again matches that or exceeds that, which Box Office Pro does say that has the potential to do, it would be a very good sign for that film. And right now they are again projecting the forecasting for the entirety of the domestic run to be somewhere around $503 million domestically. So again, we're either going to see Top Gun Maverick get to $1 billion first, or we're going to see Jurassic World Dominion get to $1 billion first. Either way, it's looking like it's going to be a pretty strong summer at the box office, especially in comparison to the last couple of years. Lightyear is projected to make $90 to $120 million, and for some reason, I just feel that Lightyear, I don't know, I think that for some reason it's going to underperform. I don't know why. I just have this gut feeling, this gut reaction that, yeah, I think it still has a good chance of being able to make its money back. But I just don't really know what audiences this is being made for, because you look at the Toy Story franchise, right? They had a perfect ending to that franchise with Toy Story 3. They then went on to make Toy Story 4, which was just this clear extra cash grab film that no one was really asking for. It had a really bad story. It really, in a lot of ways, changed the canon of the Toy Story franchise as well. And so I feel like a lot of the adults, or a lot of the kids who had watched Toy Story as kids who are now grown up to be adults with their own kids, probably looked at the film. I know that I looked at the film and said, yeah, this isn't Toy Story. I'm just gonna stick with the original three and pretend like this film doesn't exist. So when I see a film like Lightyear set to come out, it just comes across as, oh great, Disney is still out of ideas, and so they're just gonna keep on pushing this franchise and trying to squeeze it for all it's worth. And the story itself just doesn't really look all that intriguing. It may have been a story that they could have had out when the original Toy Stories were being made. You know, it would have made a little bit more sense at that point. But it just seems to me like, okay, they didn't want to do a Toy Story 5, so they're just going to do a Lightyear in between and trying to provide origin stories. I think that they're kind of testing the waters with this film too, because I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to put a Woody film out in the next several years, trying to give basically origins and backstories to every single one of their main characters, which I think would be a giant mistake, as I think this one is. And so when they're saying $90 to $120 million, $30 to $415 million total in domestic money, I don't know. I have some doubts about that. We'll of course have to wait to see whether or not these numbers get updated, and whether it trends down or whether it trends up, and also of course what the actual opening weekend numbers end up being. We also have Minions: The Rise of Gru, and this is kind of where I wanted to kind of have the focus be on, because this film is only projected to make $65 to $80 million. And so as you can see, they even have, just in their general range, Minions not getting anywhere close to the opening for Lightyear, with a total domestic ending somewhere between 244 and 287. I don't know why, but I feel like Universal's reach here with Minions, with the children especially who are obsessed with the Minions. I mean, I find them annoying. I don't quite get it or understand it. I do, however, understand why kids love it, because they're just silly little yellow characters. And so, of course, kids are going to be, oh, these are really funny. I want to go see the movie with the Minions in it. Even though as an adult, I look to that and I have kind of a similar mindset to the Minions film as I do to the Lightyear film, where I say, dear Lord, they're making another one of these films? Why are they keep on doing this, right? Like, goodness gracious, stop with these blatant cash grabs with no concept of original story and no concept of trying to, or even attempts to try in any capacity whatsoever. But for some reason, I just feel that kids especially, families especially, are going to be much more likely to go see Minions. And it's because I don't really see a lot of kids saying, Mommy, 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 I want to go see the Lightyear movie. Because the Lightyear movie really just seems like it's being played to adults. It's being played to the demographic that grew up during the time of Toy Story. That's what it seems like it's being played to, whereas Minions is just playing to its demographic. It's just playing to its general audience, which tend to be young kids who are like, oh, those funny little yellow creatures, I want to go see them. Minions, minions, banana, banana, banana. So, I don't know. I think that the banana is going to outpace the Lightyear. I don't know. That's just me. What are your thoughts? Do you think I'm a little bit off base here? Again, I'm just looking at the numbers that are being talked about right now. We really won't know until the actual films come out and when the actual numbers start rolling in. But I just, for some reason, have in this gut that I think that in the end, Minions will do better than Lightyear. And I think it's only because they might be over-projecting how many kids and families will go see Lightyear versus Minions. I don't know. I just feel that July 1st especially is going to be a very strong weekend for them. It's very close to the July 4th holiday. You have, of course, kids who are obsessed with these characters. They play very well with kids. And again, they're going to be a bunch of kids dragging their parents to go see this film. Whereas I think with Lightyear, it seems more likely that parents will drag their kids to it because they're trying to get the member berries of, oh man, Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, I want to find out more about him because I grew up with this character. That's just me though. What are your thoughts about it? Obviously, there are also numbers here for the Black Phone and for Elvis as well. But I wanted to really focus on Dominion as that is coming out this weekend, and also Lightyear versus Minions. What are your thoughts? Do you think that Lightyear is going to make more or less than Minions? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video, smash that like button, loud that fire button on Odyssey. Y'all all amazing and beautiful people. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, God bless. And now for a huge special shout out to my June Keeper of the Bifrost and Chosen of Valhalla level members: Brandon, let's go Brandon, Christopher Bowman, Garrett Searles, Hymir Irie Hymason, Jeff Toon, Joe Horn, Jonathan Carney, Laura, the Modern Major General Story, Father Luca, Mike Jackson for the win, Mad Mitch Dunaway, Orange Chat Reviews. Make sure to check out his YouTube channel. He just hit 1,000 subscribers. Rosetta Allen, check out her YouTube channel as well. Stan Andrian, Miss Martin Muses, check out her YouTube channel. And also, of course, the amazing Tina B, Empress of the Universe. Check out her YouTube channel, especially her show Soup to Nuts that she does with the amazing Stephanie B. Thank y'all very much for supporting me over on Patreon. And a huge shout out to all of my subscribers as well over on Subscribestar at these levels: Matt 317, Storm Tracker, the R, Fast Reaction, Mr. Roy, and also, of course, J-Rod, the Beer Guru, and ZK-Man. You guys are amazing. And a last shout out to my locals members. We have Miss Minnesota Hockey Fan. How about a hockey player? We have Mike Jackson for the win once again, Robert Barnes, and Brett D90. So I want to say thank you again for being my members at the Keeper of the Bifrost level and the Chosen of Valhalla levels. If you want your name specially shouted out at the end of every single video and live stream, please check out my links at the Patreon and Subscribestar. You can find those in the top link in the video description, the Willow link, as I like to call it. We can also get access to things like giveaways, things like the podcast I do with John the Flick Pick Flickinger, and other cool stuff like that. Anyway, thank you all very much for supporting me for the month of June. You're all amazing and beautiful people. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, God bless.